Peace, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Mass Adoption. I am your host, the Kryptokhemist, and it is my job to make all of the complexities of cryptocurrency, blockchain technology, all of that stuff, to make them poof, vanish, right? So with that being said, let's get right into it. So a lot going on in the crypto markets, as you all probably have seen. We had some drops last week, mainly due to the holidays. This happens sort of every year as people go shopping for Christmas, especially during that Black Friday sales or all of those Black Friday sales. They tend to take out their gains, their earnings, and the market drops, right? So we've seen that, but despite that drop, we're still seeing a lot of growth, a lot of increases in the market, and there are a lot of opportunities for us to take advantage of. So that's what I'd like to discuss today, share that with you, and share some updates, some regulatory updates, IRS updates, some free crypto. We'll definitely be talking about how to get some free crypto today. So with that being said, let's just start. So one of the major things that a lot of my clients deal with, and something that keeps them from actually investing in cryptocurrency, is their debt, right? But imagine their surprise when they realize that you can actually use cryptocurrency to pay off debt, particularly student loans, right? So this article right here, I'd like to share with you all. This is a newsletter from Bankless. And Bankless is a blog that talks about how to do things using blockchain technology, decentralized finance, your way. All right, so that the situations end in your favor rather than these huge financial institutions. So this article is written by a guy by the name of Ryan Sean Adams. He's a crypto investor and he's the co-founder of Bankless. And he's obviously a member of Bankless's DAO, or the Decentralized Autonomous Organization. Right, so the title of the article is How to Pay Off Your Student Loans with DeFi. So he starts by saying, in the world of centralized, everything's controlled by the banks, and it's basically for their empowerment and not for the people. Things like student loans happen, and it's one of those situations where it's in the favor of the financial institutions who issue these student loans and not necessarily the people who have to use these student loans, right? So he goes through the assets of student loans as far as the U.S. government is concerned on their financial statement. And as you can see here, there has been a stark increase, particularly in about the time that I went to college. I graduated in 2007. I took a little break and I started my first semester in 2009. And look at this increase. These are billions, by the way. This stark increase, and it hasn't gone down, in student loan debt, right? Or in the balance sheet of the U.S. government and how much of their student loans that they have given out, or that they have issued. I wouldn't say given out. Okay, so it's saying that banks are approving teenagers, because you start college typically 17, 18, depending on when you graduated, right? They're approving teenagers for massive six-figure loans with nearly double-digit interest rates at a time when a college degree is often just the bare minimum. So mind you can't walk into an organization with a bachelor's anymore. Some cases you can't even walk in with a master's degree. It's a lot. It's a lot higher of a chance of you getting a job with a master's degree. But really what makes you competitive are certifications, a PhD, obviously. These are things that actually make you marketable in the job market. Think about that. So he goes on to say that DeFi brings power back to the people. Using decentralized finance protocols, we can take our financial sovereignty back from centralized institutions. Now, you often hear this term debt slaves, and that is exactly what it means. It means when a person comes out of college, right? They start school and they're told in school, hey, work, go to college. And that will improve your quality of life. They do that and they walk out of college with this piece of paper and this stack of papers as well to accompany that piece of paper, saying that before they even are able to start working and earning a future or earning a salary for their future and their family's future, they are already in sometimes 6 figures worth of debt, as much as 6 figures worth of debt, right? So we can leverage permissionless money Legos and form our own financial strategies. We can go bankless. Here's how, right? So he has a video here of how to go bankless, and I will share this video with you. But before I do that, I just want you to understand that decentralized finance is exactly what it sounds like. It's decentralized, just like the blockchain. So it means that no one organization has control over the finances that you accumulate in these protocols, right? In this space. So you can take a few $100s and turn it into a few $1,000s in a matter of weeks in DeFi through different things like gaining loans, decentralized loans, and allowing yourself to be able to stake these loans, to get interest on these loans. So think about it like this. I give you a loan. You say, hey, I have $500 collateral. And I say, okay, I don't want your name. I don't want your information. I don't want anything. I want you to put your $500 collateral into this protocol, right? Into this, let's just say for the ease of understanding, into this account, right? So when you put your $500 into this account that you have access to, I can just see, but you have all of the access to, when you lock your funds in there, I will then give you, right, based off of that $500, a loan for more, another $500. And you can then take this $500 or this $1,000, right? My $500 and your $500, and you can put it somewhere and provide liquidity, right? Provide funds for other people to trade with, and I will pay you interest on that. And in the matter of maybe a couple of months, your $1,000 or your 500, my 500, which is $1,000, is now worth $2,000. And you only have to pay me back my $500 plus a little interest, let's say $50 in interest, and you get to keep the rest. Does that make sense? So you get what, $1,450 or $1,450 in gains. Well, you get $1,450. So what is that? $950 in gains that you just got from taking out a loan and putting it somewhere that pays you interest just to have it there. That's how decentralized finance works. So now imagine that with larger numbers. Imagine that same situation, but with larger numbers. Instead of $1,000, you have $10,000. Instead of $10,000, you have, and I'm not saying that you have to start with this much, but you can continue to roll it over until you have what you need to be able to not only pay off your student loans, but you can also pay off other debts. You can start other businesses. You can purchase a home. You can do all of these things using decentralized finance. And that is why this is a game changer, right? It is revoking the power from these very financial institutions who have been holding these unrealistic terms over your head for this long, over your parents and your grandparents' heads for this long. But obviously back then, it was at a lot less, right? We see hyperinflation happening in front of us. In fact, you can see from my other video how I'm discussing hyperinflation and how it helps us in the crypto space. So this is big. Right? All right. So the next topic that is important to a lot of our people, a lot of our viewers is, hey, how do I get free crypto? That's right. Free crypto. So let's get right into it. I have a few options for you and I'd like you to take advantage of these. So if you haven't heard, a few weeks ago, ENS actually, which is a domain name service for the blockchain, right? It's just like DNS, but it's ENS, right? They just airdropped as much as $10,000 to a few thousand users who were already using their protocol. But usually when you get these types of airdrops, that is the precursor, right? That's the prerequisite. You have to be using their protocols. So I'm going to give you a few free ways to, I'm going to give you access to one airdrop or information on one airdrop that is going to be happening on, I believe, December 4th or 5th. I'll get right into it. And I'm going to give you some other ways that you can earn some free crypto. So again, here we go. All right. So the first is coinmarketcap.com/earn/ is giving you an opportunity to learn crypto and earn crypto. Now, I do want to let you guys know this is going to be the very basics of cryptocurrency. It's not going to get into anything intricate, just the very basics of how it works. But it will allow you to earn crypto assets in a fun and low risk way by taking lessons and testing your knowledge, okay? So how does it work? You watch some videos, you complete some quizzes, and you earn free crypto. Okay, what cryptocurrencies can I earn? CoinMarketCap has partnered with trusted and emerging projects to offer an easy way to learn about cryptocurrency, earning crypto assets as a reward. So these are some of the crypto tokens that you can actually, or crypto projects that you can actually take part in just by learning on their platform. So again, this is going to be very basic information, but valuable because you can get free crypto this way. And I do really like CoinMarketCap, their ease of understanding. That's one of the, this is one of the main companies that we use, or main platforms that we use to vet different tokens and coins. So I really like them, and they are trustworthy. Never had any problems out of CoinMarketCap. Coinbase also does have a free learn and earn platform. But I personally do not trust Coinbase. They are way too cooperative with entities that do not mean us well and are only after their own interests. So I tend to stay away from Coinbase because of their KYC and all of that. If you don't mind KYC, that's fine. KYC is know your customer. So they're asking for identifying information. And you're going to see later on in this video why that's major to sort of strive to steer clear of, because of, taxes and regulations and things like that. And I'm not saying don't pay your taxes. I'm not saying don't follow regulations, but I am saying that you need to reserve as much of your autonomy as possible. And I'd like to help you do that. All right. So next, Sonar is a cryptocurrency. Sonar Ping is a cryptocurrency that is going to name 2,000 winners on December 4th. That is in 5 days from this recording. On December 4th, they're going to be giving out 2,000 members 5 million worth of their coin Ping, P-I-N-G. Okay, so if you don't know about Sonar or the Sonar platform, this is the next generation crypto tracking dashboard. So this is basically sort of like CoinMarketCap, but they're going to have a lot more, capabilities for you in their platform. So it says master the depths of crypto, navigate the depths of crypto with ease and pleasure. So this looks like what their UI is going to be. And it has all of your stats there for you in an easy to understand manner. So that's really cool. So they're going to be having a airdrop. It looks like they also have a bridge. They have charts, white papers. This is their white paper. This is their roadmap. You can definitely check it out. And it looks like you can buy their Ping coin on PancakeSwap, Uniswap, and Gate.io. This does look like it's a Chinese-based company. So, take heed to that. But it is looking pretty good here as far as their airdrop, okay? All right, so next, some changes, crypto tax updates, IRS updates that are coming from this physical infrastructure bill that was just introduced, I believe it was last month or late October. Okay, so exchanges are now going to have to issue you a 1099-B. And what is a 1099-B? Well, it is a document that tracks, your losses, your gains, the time of the buy or sell, the date and time of the buy or sell, whether they're short-term or long-term capital gains or capital losses. It tracks everything. And not only will a copy of this 1099-B get issued to you, but it will also get issued to the IRS. So if you don't report it, they're going to know if you've used these services, right? So my suggestion, and I'm not saying don't pay your taxes, but what I will say is that KuCoin is not a US-based exchange, and it's going to be these US-based exchanges. Remember, this is the IRS. It is going to be these US-based exchanges that are going to have to follow this regulation. So KuCoin is not a US-based exchange, all right? So that will help you to remain off-grid, as they say. If you're using Binance US, key term or key letters U and S for United States, then that's going to be one of those platforms that are going to be issuing this 1099B. Robinhood is also issuing it, but if you're using Robinhood for cryptocurrency, even with, I know that, hey, they have their little wallets and everything now, it's Robinhood, all right? And with that thing that they pulled with Dogecoin earlier this year, I would never use Robinhood, and I highly recommend against using Robinhood for cryptocurrency, even if you get your own wallet. They pretty much preyed on a lot of unsuspecting people who wanted to get into cryptocurrency and didn't really understand it, and they never really righted that wrong or righted those people who didn't get access to all of what they earned. And the reason why they didn't get access is because they didn't own the cryptocurrency. Robinhood actually owned it at the time. So I would definitely stay away from them. And it's no surprise to me that they are cooperating with the IRS and the US government to basically, sell their clients out. Okay. Like I said, anytime something is free, that means that you are the product. And I would stay away from Robinhood. Hey, so with this whole KYC thing, this know your customer thing, and this is why I was telling you that it's very important. Exchanges will be expanding their KYC procedures, all right? Especially US-based companies, US-based exchanges. So, whereas with KuCoin, all you have to offer or all you have to provide is your email address, with these other exchanges, you're gonna have to provide your social security number, your full name, your birth date, your address, I think in a lot of cases. And it's a lot, okay? When you can get the same coins, if not more coins on these other more private exchanges, it's just a lot and it's not worth it in my opinion. Again, not saying don't pay your taxes, but I am saying reserve as much of your rights as possible. And so I would just stay away from those types of exchanges and platforms, okay? There's also a modification to IRC section 6050, which usually deals with cash payments of $10,000 or more, but the verbiage has been rewritten to include cryptocurrency. So anytime that you make a deposit of $10,000 or more to one of these US-based exchanges, you will be flagged by that exchange for making a deposit of $10,000 or more. And this usually applied to like banks, withdrawals or deposits of $10,000 or more, jewelry, cars, anything like that. But it's going to actually include cryptocurrency now. And this verbiage has also been rewritten to include anything that these exchanges deem suspicious, right? Any activity that these exchanges deem suspicious. So that could be, some people may try and outsmart the system or cheat the system or whatever, and, maybe load or maybe add $9,999 at a time. That's not smart either. Or anything else. Who's to say what is considered suspicious and what is not? Like they could say, hey, you logged in 3 times today or 5 times today, and that's not normal. We don't consider that normal. Like, who are you? How do you have a way of fact checking what they're saying, or comparing what they're saying to regular activities based on all of their users, their entire network? You have no way of doing that. So if they say that it's suspicious, that's just what it is. And if they decide to freeze anything, that's just what they do. So a similar experience that I've had with Crypto.com, who's now all of a sudden, like seemingly overnight, right? Crypto.com got really popular like earlier this year or the end of last year, and seemingly overnight they're now who the Staples Center is named after, etc. But if you know anything about this company, their customer service is horrible. They don't really have a customer service department. They have no way of escalating things to someone who has more authority within their network. So what happened to me was I was traveling. I transact in crypto, so I used my Crypto.com card. I was traveling across country, driving. I had all of my money on my Crypto.com card, and they froze my card for suspicious activity, and they had no real reason why the activity was suspicious. The activity was suspicious, and mind you, I had been using this card for over a year. And so when they froze it and I called them, I said, hey, can I speak to your managers? And they're like, no, there is no managers. There's just a team that we have to wait for them to respond to the ticket, right? So this went on for months. This went on. In fact, my card is still frozen. I just haven't been using it anymore. Big ups to BitPay, who I would highly recommend over crypto.com. But they were, BitPay has an actual team, just like your bank. They can escalate things, etc. But these companies that have control over your cryptocurrency and your access to your cryptocurrency, you have to be very, very careful with how much access you give them. And that was my lesson, right? Because I had preloaded my crypto, and I usually like keeping my crypto, right? That was my lesson, to not give these companies any authority over your funds, because if they deem it suspicious, then there's nothing that you can do about it except for wait it out or try and fight them as much as you want to. Okay, so new protocol alert. This is a protocol that is about 3 days old, really. It is called Cross-Chain Capital. So it is a pooled investment fund that trades in liquid assets and is able to make extensive use of more complex portfolio construction and risk management to improve performance. So holders are rewarded in one of two ways, all right? Or both. First, from passive reflections derived from a transaction fee of 10% for CCC buys. So that means anytime someone buys CCC, the holders of CCC get 10% of that transaction fee. So these are essentially airdrops as well. This is more free crypto, all right? And from CCC investment strategies that generate long-term sustainable buybacks and liquidity for token value, okay? So what is a passive reflection, all right? Now they give you this little diagram here, and I'll zoom in on it. So basically you provide liquidity, anytime a user sells CCC for AVAX, any of that, you are getting money here, all right? So these 10% passive reflections are basically your earnings that are distributed amongst holders, okay? And then this liquidity that is provided is deposited into a treasury of over 1.2 million, all right? And this is after only 3 days. This treasury now has 1.2 million in it, okay? And money in the treasury is used for yield farming across multiple blockchains. So they don't just keep things on one blockchain. This is really similar to the multi-chain protocol, but this is cross-chain capital is the name of their protocol. So passive reflection simply means that from every buy, there's a 10% tax that is automatically from the smart contract distributed to its holders. If there's $100,000 of buy volume, $10,000 is equally distributed to holders. If there's $1 million of buy volume, then $100,000 is distributed to holders. So how do you know if you receive these reflections, right? If you're using Trader Joe, which is basically AVAX's or Avalanche's trading platform, it'll show it in your value. Your balance. As your balance increases, you'll see that that's from those transaction fees, okay? So this is more on the protocol. If you don't know what farming is a broad crypto term that generally means staking/lending crypto assets for high returns. So basically when you're farming, you're either lending or staking your cryptocurrency. Staking is just holding a certain amount of cryptocurrency and getting paid to hold that cryptocurrency. And lending is obviously what it sounds like, right? You're lending. So whenever you hear yield farming or anything concerning farming in the crypto space or in the decentralized finance space particularly, that's what it's talking about, either staking or lending. So as I said, this, cross-chain, cross-chain capital has significantly grown their treasury. And the way that they've done that is they're saying, let's say that they have $1 million in the treasury that's untouched. And that capital has been accumulated from 10% of their sales, meaning that 10 million has gone through their exchange or through their protocol and trading volume. Right? So on the other side of this, 1 million has been distributed to holders in the form of passive reflections derived from that 10% of each buy. So as a holder, you've already earned passive income from the 10% buy, which you can see in your increased balance. On the protocol side of things, we can take that $1 million from the 10% sales tax, stake it into a farming protocol or decentralized reserve currency, such as time, and receive a passive yield from those assets. So time is a protocol, all right? That passive yield can be sold daily or weekly for buybacks/liquidity. All right, so another example from the protocol side, we can use those assets for a loan, for leverage yield farming, invest in undervalued projects in P2E gaming, metaverse projects, or slash metaverse projects, accumulate stable coins for lower risk, but consistent returns. All right, so in short, we're able to utilize the collectively pooled funds as a hedge fund and achieve the best returns for our holders. All right, so I'll let you read the rest of that. I'm not going to go through everything. They provide you with their website, with their chart, from CoinGecko, all of that, or excuse me, from deckscreener.com. All right, and then they provide you with where you can buy the coin at. Very good project. It looks pretty good. Had some major growth, some huge growth over this past week after it being introduced. So let's look at it here. It has come down a little bit here. It has lost some here. It is down in the last, let's see, can't really see that. In the last 6 hours, it's down 6.5%. In the last 1 hour, it's down 1.5%. But, well, actually, it's down more than that. In the last 6 hours, it is down 23.65%. And in the last 1 hour, it's down 1.37%. It just updated. But overall, over 24 hours, it is up 39.7%. So still moving with some noticeable growth here, and it's just something that you may want to look into. It is on the AVAX or Avalanche network, and that is called Cross Chain Capital, or CCC, $CCC. All right, so I'd like to start giving you guys also new projects to look into. That was a protocol, but this is a project, this is a coin to look into, and that is going to be Divi. And they can be looked up at diviproject.org or diviproject.org. And they are known for making cryptocurrency easy. So their motto is crypto made easy. They have some great options for you to actually stake with them. And their staking is you know, you can earn as much as, or as little as, I believe, 20% per year from staking, and you only need 1,000 of their coins right now. All right, and right now their coin is valued at 9 cents per coin, so you need about 1,000 of them in order to, I believe, 10,000 of them. All right, so you need about 10,000, I believe, Divi to start staking. They also have nodes. You can purchase a node. Right now, you can get a node for 100,000 Divi. And that is going to give you a return of 15.42% per year, which is rewards of about $1,400 a year at the time of this recording. That's their copper tier. They have all the way up to a what is this, a platinum tier? Yes, they have all the way up to a platinum tier. They have silver, gold, and platinum, and just, you know, a really good project to be looking into. As far as I'm concerned, excuse me, they have all the way up to a diamond tier. I apologize, I had to scroll over. They have all the way up to a diamond tier, which can give you $169,000 per year. So this is just, it's a really good look for anyone who is interested in that passive income, that passive return on their investment. Divi will definitely provide that. The project is growing rapidly because of their ease of use. They have Divi Wallet, which is very easy to use, understand. It's a very cool user interface for newbies. So definitely be looking into Divi. And if you can't purchase one of these nodes, I would, you know, this is not financial advice, but I would look into at least getting a few thousand of their coin. All right, so that's it for this week's update in cryptocurrency. Apologize, it's been a little late, but obviously you guys know that we just had the holiday, a lot going on. If you are interested in learning about any other project, or you have something that you would like for me to cover, please comment it below. Make sure that you hit that subscribe button. Give me a thumbs up, give me a like, share my content. Email me if you have any questions. I mean, I don't know what else to tell you. Just be engaged. Let me know what it is that I can help you with. As I always say, you are divine. It is your time. That's not just something that I say that rhymes. You are now the new elite. I forgot to say it. You're the new elite. So make sure that you're behaving like it. Many of other opportunities that I will be sharing with you all, and all of them will not be surrounding cryptocurrency. Some of them will be, business ventures, business loans, different types of investment opportunities that are meant to help you take your place as the new elite, especially if you're on this channel. You know what you're meant for. So I'll see you all next week. Peace.